All right, guys. Arnold has completed his move to Real Madrid, the much anticipated move to Real Madrid on a free transfer. But days ago, Fabrizio reported that Real Madrid had to pay Liverpool about 10 million euros to get Arnold to come in earlier than he was supposed to, so that he will be able to participate in the Club World Cup, which is kick-starting in few days' time. So he didn't completely leave for free. I mean, Liverpool got some sort of compensation for that. So this video is just going to be we're just going to take a quick dive into the favoured formation or lineup for Xabi Alonso. Of course, at Bayer Leverkusen, he favoured this 3-4-2-1 formation, and I believe that's what he's going to stick with. I don't think there is any need for any change. Um, I watched a lot of their games these past 2 years. I mean, Bayer Leverkusen, and I can tell you they really play good football. It's very entertaining, the passes, the fluidity, the movement in around the defensive line up to the midfield and then to the attacking phase. It's exquisite. I told a lot of my friends that come next season, I'm really going to enjoy Real Madrid football even more. I know we've been enjoying it these past few years, but this is another level. It's going to be another level, and it's going to be better than what we've seen. So like I said, he obviously favors a 3-4-2-1 formation. As a three centre backs, two midfielders, then two wing backs, of course. And then you have three forwards. Three forwards. Because of his fluidity, sometimes he doesn't even play with a recognized striker. He can go with uh, three wingers in that front, in that three forward positions, and it works for him. There are times at Bayer Leverkusen when he had the options of using Victor Boniface and Patrick Schick, but he decided to use Nathan Taylor, Florian Wirtz, and Amin Adli. So, and those three guys, they are not strikers, and it worked a lot of times, especially when he played against Bayern Munich. So, this is the potential, the possible lineup. This is what their lineup might look like next season. I think Real Madrid needs to go for another centre back because obviously they just have five recognized centre backs. That's including Laba and Militao. And of course, you know that we are not sure if they would be fit enough to compete. Given that they were out for a very long time, we could see when Alaba came in towards the end of last season. It wasn't really the Alaba that we know. So I think that they need to sign another centre back at least, even if it's as a backup in case of any injury. That's you have Asensio, Rudiger, and Hoyson because Hoyson can play. Is good with his left foot, so I feel he'll be preferred in this left centre back position, while Rudiger, of course, be in the centre. For coming to the midfield position, we have Valverde and Chouameni. I still think they need to sign at least another midfielder just to cover up for Modric, since Modric has left. So they need another midfielder. I don't really think Ceballos is reliable, especially in this Real Madrid team. I think it's going to be most times coming from the bench. So I think they need to get another midfielder. So the wing back position, which is where Arnold fits in. You have Arnold on the right wing back and Mendy on the left wing back. Sometimes he can play Frank Garcia there too. So we will see lots from Arnold. Of course, he's going to be manning this entire. The good thing about this position is that he's going to be more attacking focused. So his focus is going to be more on the attacking side rather than the defensive. And it's going to mean that Asensio sometimes will have to cover for this position. Sort of is going to be in this sort of position. Same thing with Hoyson because Mendy is also going to push up, which is what we know Xabi Alonso for. We saw Frimpong and Grimaldo that they always push very further front. They push really forward. just to get in those attacking positions. We will see Arnold coming into the midfield, of course, which we saw when he was at Liverpool, that he always drifts inside, just to have this overload in the midfield, which is going to cause a lot of teams a lot of issue. It's going to cause them a lot of issue. By the time you have Arnold coming to the midfield and you have Bellingham also around that area, it's really going to congest their midfield and give them more options. And that's what Xabi Alonso's team thrive on. They really thrive on that overload in positions where they tiki-taka football, they can pass between lines. Arnold is a great passer, so he can unlock any defense, he can unlock any team at all with his passing abilities. So we're going to see a lot of that. We're going to see a lot of that, and it's really going to be really going to be coming to this forward line. So when this happens, of course, we are going to see a lot of times where this formation will have to change into this sort of positioning, where, of course, they are going to play a very high line. So we'll see, obviously, when they are in possession, we're going to see something like this. We're going to see a formation like this, and because of the fluidity, you're also going to see Bellingham come into this position, come into this midfield position, just to collect those balls from Valverde and Chomeni, and then, of course, feed it to either Mbappe or Vinicius or whoever that plays, maybe Rodrigo or Adagola, whichever one that plays in this position. I know Bellingham a lot. He's not really going to be comfortable on playing on the wings, so he's going to come into that midfield position just to collect the ball from his midfielders and feed it to the forwards. And it's really going to be an interesting one. I expect a lot of goals from them. I expect that it's going to be a high score. It's going to be a high scoring team because Arnold, of course, has some goals in his legs. Mendy is not really a goal kind of wing back. I wouldn't also be surprised if they sign another left wing back. Speculations or not, there are speculations that Mendy might leave, and that will leave him with only Fran Garcia. And of course, can go into the season with only one recognized wing back. So it means he needs to find someone else that can play in that position. Yeah, that's it. This is what it's going to look like come next season, and I promise you, it's really going to be interesting. A lot of goals, and you really enjoy Real Madrid play the game. Last season wasn't really the best, and I know Xabi Alonso knows that. He knows that already. He knows that he needs to improve a lot in his game. Another thing that needs to be pointed out is the defensive role of the forward players. We saw a lot of times last season where the likes of Vinicius, the likes of Mbappe did not really track back as much as they should. They were overloaded. So tracking back is really important for Xabi Alonso, especially the fact that he plays with 3 defenders. So a very good team can easily exploit those spaces. Well, a team like Barcelona, a team like PSG take advantage of these spaces in between the defenders. And all, even that when the wing backs push forward, because there is going to be an obvious gap between that defensive line that needs to be filled. So that's why it's important that the forwards track back. The defensive aspect of the game should be a collective responsibility. It shouldn't just be for the midfielders and the defenders. In fact, the defending starts from the forwards. Should start from the forwards. Not there should be this high level intensity and pressing, which you saw in his Bayer Leverkusen team, that they press really high. So they compress. They will press the opponents, and they won't be able to play from the back. They won't be able to pass that ball. They won't have that that freedom to pass the ball from the back, or to pass the ball between the defenders. so they won't have they will have no other option than to play the ball over, to play long balls. And then of course when they play that long ball to their forward players, I trust the likes of Rudiger and Hoyson and Asensio to mop up those ball and restart and reshuffle possession. Restart. A lot of Xabi Alonso's game is possession based, so he will deny the opponent of having the ball for long spells of the game. Deny them for having that ball, then try to be creative in many phases, many attacking phases. To be creative, can play from the right wing, can play through the middle, can play from the left wing as well. So it's really going to be an interesting one to look out for. So we are anticipating. Yeah. All right. Just do well to subscribe to the channel. Like, let me hear what you have to say about this breakdown. Let me hear what you have to say about the positioning, the possible lineups, and of course the potential signings that they are going to make.